Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another fabulous day. Today is going to be called what we normally call Taking It Back Tuesdays here on hype-radio.com. I am your man Shadow, and we have got a real treat for you tonight. Let me get the crowd quiet down a little bit. Tonight, like all other nights, I promise you we bring you the best of the best. Shout out to comedian Cookie Williams. What's up with you, shawty? You was hilarious the other night. I want that to be known. Make sure y'all go follow Miss Comedian Cookie Williams on the gram and check her out. Help her get up where she needs to be because she is absolutely hilarious. But tonight, I want to talk about somebody else out there in the Bay, Bayview's Hunters Point. I'm gonna talk about with the man tonight who calls himself Big Mack. Big Mack has been doing it for years. He's been pushing that line, getting that music thing, and he's got that sound that the minute you hear it, you like, okay, yeah, this is a Bay Area cat, because only Bay Areans sound this way. They try to duplicate it someplace else. It can't be duplicated. They can't copy the swag that's out here. They just can't. And they need to understand that they need to stop trying. But tonight, on Taking It Back Tuesdays here on hype-radio.com, we're going to be talking to Big Mack. He's going to come in. We're going to talk about some things that's happened in the past. We're going to talk about some things that, we're going to talk about the future. And then we're going to talk about some things that's going on today because the man is busy. Shout out to Hefe. Without him, it would be no Taking It Back Tuesday. That is Jeff of BTP Media Group. If you're an artist and you're trying to get your shit kick-started, holla at him because he got the game plan for you. But tonight is all about the Big Mack. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about how the Bay is like no other place and how this music game is really, really hard, even if it's from a major place like the city. We're just waiting for the man to get on here, and we're going to chop it up with him for a little bit. Shout out Black CRBL. Appreciate you the other day, player. Big shout out to my bruh Juice. Welcome home. Make sure y'all go check out that new album, Beat the Odds. That shit is hot. Y'all need to go get that fast. Videos. We pushing videos every damn week. We working hard. We moving mean in these streets. This is how we do it here. Shout out to Lou Blood. Lou Blood is finna come out here. It's a whole different thing. Y'all got them little dogs and the Frenchies and the pockets and all this other expensive $1,500, $15,000, $35,000 dogs. Y'all gonna really like this man because he got some shit for you. Shout out to my homegirl, my left hand in the world of Brazil. Shout out Jenny D. I'm telling y'all better come on and get on this ride because when we hit Brazil, and we gonna hit Brazil, we knocking down doors. Now, if you out in Brazil and you paying attention, there's no way around it. You gonna have to deal with my left hand out there. And my left hand is Jenny. So you can sit up there and play that little hating shit all you want. You're gonna get left out. I'm just saying. We ain't having that bullshit. Shout out to Canada. Especially for the woman who started Bye For Now. She got a special place in my heart. Shout out Masao too, because they got a new album that's pushing. And y'all need to check it out. Open up your minds a little bit, people. Open up your minds a little bit, because we got some things. Now, next week, I got an artist go by the name of UEMC, Filmo General. I keep telling y'all we bring you the best of the best, and that's all I'm going to do. Like, you'll never see something subpar here, because I don't play that. But we got a great artist next week by UEMC, Filmo's Finest. Tonight, we're going to talk to Big Mack, Hunters Point Finest. Hang around, because we touching all the Bay. We touching all the SAC. We touching all of Vegas, Texas, Atlanta, Detroit, Ukraine, Cape Town, Africa, and yeah, Brazil. Brazil, y'all better get ready because, woo, when they let us off restriction, and we work all this out, Brazil is going to be the hot spot. Shout out Jenny D. Make sure y'all go follow her. Run her numbers up on new hot video they have out. Check out the artist Masao. It's real truth out there in Brazil. But we just waiting on time. Because, you know, when you're a superstar, you kind of take your own time, your own little time zone. And rightfully so. Because you have done things that other people can't do, won't do, and probably will never ever try. Because they ain't got it in them. But we're going to get on this gram with this man. And like I said, we're going to talk about the past, the present, and the future. What it took to get him here, what it's taking to make him stay here, and what it's going to take to get him on to tomorrow. Kind of like a Kung Fu Panda. The future, the present, because it's a gift. But, you know, we just going to see what it is. We're going to wait patiently. I'm trying to be patient as possible. Those who know me, you know I wasn't born with that virtue. I don't even try and play the role no more. But, like I said, we dealing with a superstar here. And we going to have to do it. Shout out Masao, my family in Brazil. I keep telling y'all, pay attention. Brazil, we coming to knock down doors. When they going to talk about real hip-hop and real entertainment out there, it's going to be Carnival. It's going to be Shadow Promotions. It's going to be On the Real Videos. It's going to be Hype Radio. It's going to be Bate Un Popo. I hope I said that right. Because we're going to be talking this shit in Brazil. I think I said that right. My people will let me know if I said it right or not. But Brazil, we coming. And we coming in big fashion. Just let it be known. Yes, I said it right. Been practicing too. Now, if I can just get onto the language of Portuguese down there, woo, I'll be mean. But shout out to Masao. We got there. We're gonna be running that whole little spot in a minute. So everybody out there, very close. See, Jenny gonna tell me the truth. She always tell me the truth. Pretty soon we're gonna be out there running that whole little shebang out there, and ain't nothing you can do about it. And those who out there hating, you know who I'm talking about. Go ahead and continue that shit. Only thing you're doing is making the flavor of this victory that much better. Hefe, where your man, bruh? Hefe? Come on. I understand superstar, but we need to get this going. Oh yeah. That's beginning of next year, isn't it? Or is that coming up? I think that's beginning of next year. Carnival out there in Brazil. Doesn't matter, because what we're going to be doing out there is going to be better than Carnival. Okay. See, I've been paying attention, Jenny. I try to stay up with it. But like I said, Brazil, stop playing. Don't think you're going to be able to come around and talk to me. That's not how this game works. That is not how this game works. You're going to have to deal with her. You're going to have to deal with her. So get over your little macho egos and all that shit, because it's going to get your teeth clipped. I'm just saying, you're going to have to talk to her. Or, because if you get to talking to me, I only know big numbers. And either way it goes, you still going to deal with her. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you people out there. You little haters, y'all going to learn today. That little hating shit thinking because she's a woman and she doesn't know that she out there running the whole game for y'all. Y'all tripping. I'll be more than happy to ask him that once he gets on here. If somebody could please tap Big Mac on his shoulder and let him know it's time to chirp in, that would be most appreciated. My Brazilians is going crazy. I got nothing but love for them because they out there working hard. Shout out to you, Jules Jones 20. What's good with you, bruh? And seeing how we out here, we talking to this Bay Area cat, let it be known. Bay Area, I'm stomping a mud hole in Brazil. I'm stomping a mud hole in Brazil. You might want to start getting at me right now while I'm still going to show love. Because once I get established and them prices are set, it's concrete. Ain't no talking. Ain't no trying to finagle. And you know how the Bay talk fast because I think we listening slow. Not here, player. I've been out in the Bay too. I listen just as fast as you talk. I done walked in blocks from the city all the way to the O. So, come on. San O, you the same. But tonight, we talking to Bayview, Hunters Point, Big Mack. We just waiting for him to get on the air here and politic with us for a little bit. DJ 415. Somebody go tap Big Mac on his shoulder. Remind him, bate un popo. I'm telling you, we doing this. Matter of fact, we do have a little interview because we done dropped a couple of new videos over there in Brazil. We need to talk about that. We need to work that out, Jenny. No, he's not. Come on, bruh. There he is, the man, the legend, the myth. Brad, what's happening with you, player? You got me?
I've been here for about 5 minutes. I couldn't make the shit work.
That's what, man, technology is a motherfucker sometimes, Brad. So I get it.
So
I get it completely.
Jeff hit me now. Now Jeff got my screen messed up I can't work the phone and talk. Come on, man.
Jeff good for that.
Let's do it.
Jeff good for that. So, let me go ahead and start this over again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, this is Taking It Back Tuesdays. I'm your man Shadow, and tonight I bring to you one of the Bay Area greats. Definitely one of the Bay Area greats, because only great people come out of Bayview, Hunters Point. You can't walk up out of there and be a mediocre person. You got to be great when you come up out of there. And tonight, I have
mediocre.
I have Big Mac from out of the HP. What's up with you, bruh?
Right on, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Man, I thank you for
and those kind words.
I thank you for taking the time out, because I'm understanding you kind of a busy guy. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First of all, with Jeff, because Jeff knows everybody. How long have you known Jeff, man? Shout out to BTP Media.
Man, I'll be dating myself if I say how long I know. But I've been knowing Jeff since the kindergarten.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, we went to a French school called Notre Dame de Victoire, French Catholic school.
we gonna get off the air and talk about that one.
His parents was ballers. Mine was struggling trying to do it.
And sometimes that's just the way it goes. Okay, so we know you from Bayview, and you done had some great music. I mean, hands down, you had some great music come out during a time where it was a certain sound, and you definitely had that sound. When did you when did you decide to actually get into music? What made you want to push that line?
Well, shit, I was a DJ ever since I was a little kid. I started DJing parties when I was, let me see, when I was like in the 4th grade.
Wow.
You know, going to people birthday parties and coming with all the records, and I end up being the DJ. And then that took it from there to moms and pops buying me a mixer, realistic mixer without no fader, a Radio Shack mixer.
I remember those.
And then I was mixing on turntables with no pitch.
What?
Well, one of my turntables had pitch, the other one didn't have pitch, and it had a straight tone arm. And I still scratch my ass off. So yeah, I started out as a DJ. Then my partner, Tita Lee from Hunters Point, he wanted me to make some beats for him and my other West Point homies. And they took me to the studio, and they was paying for it. So we started making beats. I was scratching for them and putting shit together. And as I'm watching them do it, I'm thinking to myself, I could do this. I think I could do this. So on the under, I'm writing a little bit, you know, not telling nobody nothing. And I had a partner of mine named Phil Nice. And Phil was my rapper. And he was one of them CNC type music factory type rappers, like dance, rock your butt. One of them type of dudes, right?
Okay, I got you.
He was one of them dudes, but he was tight though. So he got saved and wanted to get in the church, and then he said he wanted to quit rapping. So when he did that, the engineers and and the producers, they was just like, "Well, Mack, look like you rap now. You was writing half the raps for him anyway." So that's basically how it happened. So I started writing my own shit, and then I heard these dudes was putting out a compilation called "We Got the Bomb," and I rolled up on them on 3rd with my cassette, put my cassette in the instrumental, and then I spit for them, and they was like, "Oh my God!" So then that went from them wanting to do a compilation to them just doing my album, and right then and there on the spot, like, "Oh nah, if you gonna roll with us, and then we gonna do an album for you." So that was Fat Sack Records. So that's how I started rapping. It was a fluke. I was a DJ.
Okay. That's, you don't really hear that side of somebody getting into music on the West Coast. You hear that usually on the East Coast kind of thing. Never really heard about it too big out here. But with you getting into the rap game, you knew a whole lot of people that was already into music. For example, Tay.
Yeah, that's my little cousin.
See now, how you got the cheat codes to the game already?
Yeah, that's my little cousin. So before he even joined Cold World, we saw each other at a block party at this block party on Garlington, and Fly Mar was rocking this block party. A dude named Fly Mar. I don't know if you heard of Fly Mar, but he was like our LL Cool J for Hunters Point back in the day.
I'm gonna have to reach out for that one.
Yeah, Fly Mar was our, back in the day, Fly Mar was our guy, like as far as stage performance, lyrics, and all that. So Fly Mar rocked the stage at the block party on Garlington, and I told him, I said, I rap a little too, cuz. He said, me too. We ran to the car, put some instrumentals on, and then I looked at him, he looked at me, and we like, damn, looked at each other like, damn, you dope, you hard as fuck. I'm saying to him, like, and he's saying the same thing to me. So at that point, he was already in Cold World Hustlers, and they was going through their thing. That was before 11-5.
Okay. Now,
that's how it's. Mm-hmm.
Now, you done met all these people. They done told you dope. Now you coming out with your own album. How was your process on coming out with that first album? Because let's be honest, the cats who rap now don't have all the most realist type thing going on. But coming out of HP in that day and age, there was no faking it till you make it. It was what it was.
Yeah, it was what it was. Yeah, it wasn't like it is now. Yeah, I was definitely on the block doing my thing, hustling. And so the first album, those is my first raps I ever wrote.
What?
I didn't have no notebook. I didn't have no notebook or nothing like that. The first raps I ever wrote was my first album.
That's crazy.
Maybe 1 or 2 songs didn't make the album because we was, too late with it, or it just didn't make it. It ended up coming out. But yeah, those are the first raps I ever wrote. Was a Better Way, the first album.
Which was a fire ass album. So bravo.
Some people say it was beginner's luck. I don't know, but those are the first raps I ever wrote.
That's unheard of. But, from there, you done put out a few more albums, got a bigger name. Now, did you ever do touring on this situation, or were you just selling them and getting them off and getting your fame that way?
At first, we was doing it independently. They say out the trunk, but it wasn't really out the trunk. We was, buying our units and then taking them over to City Hall at Walter, and Walter was giving us some COD money, some cash up front, some cash on delivery money. So we brought Walter like 20,000 units at first, and then he sold those, and then we brought him another 20,000, and then I think after that it was, I'm not sure how many after that. So we upwards towards 50, 60,000 units just with City Hall. So that's how we was selling it and everything.
Shout out to Walter City Hall.
As far as the touring goes, see, I got lucky because now I'm in the studio with 11.5 and everybody else in there, and now I'm meeting my Fillmore homies. I'm meeting JT, Quinn, and all. I'm meeting the whole Get Low at the parties and all that. Chris, RBL Posse, Kyle. I was already knowing them though. That's from the block. So that's from the point, what have you. But so I'm knowing them and Herm Lou. So I had a network, whereas whoever had a party or whoever had a show, I could go get on with them. So I didn't really have to have my own. I was riding a whole lot of coattails, and I ain't even embarrassed to say that. I didn't got to be on the biggest stages, riding RBL's coattail or 11.5's coattail or something to that effect. So yeah, I used to get on that way when they had shows and tours and stuff. I'm getting on with them. My label would take care of me, and then I'd head on out. So it's like everybody would be a group, and then I'm the only solo artist stuck here. So it was kind of easy to do. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really had to take care of me. I can get my own stuff together and go and not really be a burden on nobody. They ain't gonna be my big ass entourage and nothing like that. It was just me, my boy JC, my boy Hop. It was just a couple of us. You know what I'm saying? I get on stage and rock that thing by myself. I didn't really do the whole entourage thing.
Nobody should really do the entourage thing. It's one rapper and there's 50 other niggas on the stage. Why?
Yeah, how you gonna pay attention to who rapping, especially if your stage performance ain't right? You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
And since I was a DJ, I was a fan of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I used to see people like Busta and Spliff Star and people like that, how they bust and then, Spliff had Busta's lyrics down, his ad-libs down as if they was his. So I just patterned my stage performance after them, whereas I don't need a whole bunch of motherfuckers yelling the shit with me and all that. Just be sharp.
Yeah, because Busta and Spliff put on a great show every performance.
Yeah, every performance.
Now, I just caught that. You pattern your stage performance after an East Coast artist.
Absolutely. This is the funny part. So when I DJ, that's who I was. That's the music I was mostly playing. Big Daddy Kane, Just Ice, KRS-One, Run. I was playing East Coast stuff, and not too many West Coast people got rotation in my car until Coop Nut came out. Now I knew Coop Nut also from the neighborhood or whatever. Coop Nut went to St. Michael's with me.
Shout out to rest in peace.
Coop Nut, Selsky, and Ballhead went to St. Michael's with me. So we went to elementary school together. So I knew them before music and all that. So when Coop Nut came out, then I started listening to West Coast stuff like, okay, this is from the house. And then 40, and then I used to listen to the Miller also from Sunnydale. So I listen to this stuff and I hear it on the block when we hustling and all that, but I was mostly playing East Coast music. But yeah. So the West Coast stuff that got in my shit was, like I said, Coop Nut, Selsky, the Miller, and then of course 40 came in. I didn't even know about 40 at first because I see 40 at the Palladium, and then my boy went to Grambling, so he knew 40 and them, and so I didn't even give him a shot at first. But then when I gave him a shot, I was an instant fan. So that's why when I started rapping, it was a trip because I'm rapping over West Coast beats and I'm rapping over our shit, our Bay Area shit and all that. Whereas I'm really a DJ. I'm a scratcher, all that. And I don't even have no scratches in none of my first album.
So when did you decide to be the Big Mack on wax?
I was already him. I was already him from the 8th grade. That's what I'm saying. Like, so when I started writing and everything and putting going in the booth, I was already him. I've been Big Mac since like the 4th, 5th grade.
Okay.
That's all I've been called. You know, I was a child, Big Mac.
Okay. Now,
Nigga wasn't gonna call me Fat Mac either.
yeah,
No, nah, nigga was authorized to say that. Unless you was a cutie pie. If you was a cutie pie, you might get away with it.
You might get away with it.
You might get away with it. You might get roasted later on. But.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Okay, so being a DJ who's starting to be a rapper, coming out of Hunters Point, what was your support system like?
What do you mean by support system? Like as far as the neighborhood?
Like was the hood supporting you, or because you know?
Absolutely. Every hood, especially in the city, not just the city, the Bay Area. I mean, the Bay Area, period. Everywhere we went, we got love. We used to give out CDs. So me and my boy, when we first got our first 10,000 units, we took 4,000 units and gave them away to the streets. Like, we'd show up at everybody's. So we get on the phone, find out what time is lunchtime at the high schools where we were at. We were in the city. We were in Vallejo. We were in San Mateo. What time is lunchtime? What time is y'all lunchtime? We find that out, make a route, go up there, jump out, bumping our music and shit at lunchtime, throw out 50 CDs and peel off on them, smelling like weed, and then going to the next high school. You feel me? So we doing this all over the place, all over. People to this day come up to me and they tell me, you gave me a CD on my lunch break at school. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So that little personal touch right there, driving around, and we gave out like 4,000 units. And that got that buzz going. Back then, it was kind of easier to get a buzz. It wasn't the situation wasn't as diluted as it is now. Everybody rap now. Damn, your grandmama, your auntie, everybody rap. Everybody got bars now. But
facts.
It's cool.
Now, what you talking about was guerrilla marketing. Today, they rely on the internet. I kind of do, because I still have my marketing. I do both because I believe getting out, touching people leaves more of an impact than them being able to scroll over you on the gram or something.
Right.
Today's music, would you suggest for an artist to do both, or do you suggest they just go ahead and keep riding this internet wave that's going on?
I would just suggest they go ahead and do what they feel like they doing. I don't even know who was the first to bubble with this internet thing and all. They say Soulja Boy and all that, but he got it from somewhere too. Everybody gets stuff from somebody else, you know what I'm saying, and then capitalize on that. And I'm not in their lane like that, so I'm not really here to tell them what to do. I just would, if I had anything to say to any young artists and all that, just be polished. Just be, have your lyrics and shit tight and practice your shit. Have your stage performance ready. And when you writing songs, think about when you gonna get on stage. Because you can try to be Twister and try to say all these words and all that, but when you get on stage, you won't be able to get all that shit out your mouth. It'll be like you have rocks in your fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? So now, that'll punk you out right there. That'll break your spirits. Now you think you phony or something. You know what I'm saying? So just be focused and plan your shit out and be sharp.
Okay, so you had all these great albums many moons ago. Are we getting something new from Mr. Big Mac? Because if so, I'm going to need these copies, bruh.
Absolutely, and I'm going to hook you up. Absolutely. So as soon as the pandemic started, kind of before the pandemic started, I was already wanting to, I had an album that I was doing, but I was working on that album for about 4 years, man. You know how you work on shit, and so I had I had 15 songs ready to go, and then I'd do another 3, and then that would knock off 3, and then it would just keep this rotation going that I was never going to release it, and it seemed like it. So, and I spent too much money on it. So I finally wrapped that up. And then when the pandemic hit, I just said, you know what? Because I'm getting older now. I have daughters. My daughters spit. And they way harder than me. So, and I understand that because I'm their daddy and all that. My daughter is out there. Nina Ross. You can catch her on Me and King Reed's Always On Something video. And you'll see I ain't even just talking that shit. She hard. And I got my youngest daughter, Julia, and she's ready to go too. So my whole focus is on them now, I'll tell you the truth. So what I was going to do what I did was when the pandemic started, I just focused, man. I didn't break up. My girl broke up with me. That was a blessing in disguise a little bit.
Sometimes.
Hey, let me tell you something. When you break up with your woman or something like that, and you an artist, let me tell you something, boy. Your pen get the whipping from Mars. You know what I'm saying? Because you got all these emotions jumping off. So you got both sides of the spectrum too. Your positive side where you still love, you know, and all that, and then your other side like fuck her. You know what I'm saying? That's all fuel for for the music. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, reality is the best motivation.
It really is.
So that happened. So um, I started working on this project with my boy King Reeves. I told you about. He was on Fat Sack Records with me at first, and we was kind of like thinking about doing a project together. So we put something together. That's called the G Template. Then I was talking to my boys, Fall Below. I don't know if you heard of Fall Below, but they got a group out of EPA. And
Yeah, I remember them.
yeah, Fall Below. So I did a song with them. And then we did a video together, and then we was having so much fun at the damn video shoot. I said, man, fuck it, let's do an album together. So, Fall Below, I'm I'm like in 4 groups right now. I'm in Fall Below, I'm in a duo with King Reeves, and then a sub duo. Me and King Reeves started a group with these other 2 singers. And called that group Max Julian. That's like a pop project. So I got 4 projects already done and ready to go. Fall Below project, real one, is out now on the platforms and everything. So Fall Below, real one. That's the name of that album. That's out right now. The G Template, we got that mixed and mastered a month ago, and we were just getting our marketing and everything down. We got visuals already done. We got like 4 videos already done. So when we dropped that, we wanted to come with a whole lot of visuals and stuff. We also got the Max Julian project with the singers, and it's more of a pop thing, but that's the one I'm most excited about, because at my age, I don't feel like talking to all this shit no more. I feel like rapping to the women. You know what I'm saying? I feel like getting in the club and getting on the dance floor and making it happen that way. I don't feel like talking shit all day no more. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have it. If some gangster shit need to jump off, we could do that in reality. We ain't gotta do that shit on records no more.
Facts.
I don't want to hear that shit on records no more, man.
Ain't no banging on wax no more.
I ain't doing it no more, because you know what? It's always gonna be a motherfucker that wants you to prove that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be. And I done been to a whole lot of places where I'm getting love, and then you got one motherfucker standing there like, is you really hard? Is you here? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got time to be dealing with it right now. I will engage though. I am petty still. So motherfucker want to run up, will engage. I am petty as fuck. So I try to be a grown up about it, but I figure like, you know what? Let me just make the music I want to make. That way I ain't got to be in that lane. I ain't got to trip off that. Motherfuckers that's coming to fuck with me, they on some other vibe anyway. They on some cool, chill out with their lady vibe. It ain't the ones that want to, bang, pull out their strap and, do all that shit. I ain't got time for all that shit, man. That shit don't make no money.
It really don't. It does nothing but cost money. But these cats don't get it. They think that's what it takes. And what they don't understand is them OGs sit up there holding their ladies' hands, grooving to this new music, will get up in that ass real quick.
Immediately. Before you finish saying what you saying.
They are not ready for that kind of smoke.
Nah, they not ready. They think they be, but they not. And they not ready to escalate it and take it where we ready to escalate it. So that's why I just stay in my own lane and do my own thing, and whoever organically fuck with it, that's who's gonna fuck with it.
Okay. So are you fucking with a label now, or are you doing all these artists and different albums off of your own label?
Yeah, we doing that all ourselves now.
Okay.
We do other than my album. I am getting some help with my album as far as it's. I won't say I'll say help, but it's like this. So I left Fat Sack Records. We had our little argument. You know how you go through your little problems with your label and all that and everything. But it's to the point now. Me and my guy Richard Norris from Fat Sack Records, we are in a good place right now. We've been friends all this damn time. I know we family.
Okay.
So it don't make sense for me to even be beefing with him about some shit that, if I would have known my business, if I'd have had my business straight, I wouldn't have been mad at him in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So I had to look at my relationship in the beef or the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it takes two. So I wasn't up on my game. If I was up on my game, then he wouldn't have been able to do what he did, and then we wouldn't be here. But so he helped me out a little bit. He right now, so with my album, The Soul Stone, Volume 1 and 2. What he's gonna do is I'm taking care of the album part, the production part, and all that, and he's gonna take care of the marketing part and putting it out and all that. So we got a collaboration. But the other 3 projects, that's coming straight up out of my pocket and my other people that I'm working with, coming out of our pocket.
Now on these albums,
we ain't selling no dope. We ain't on the block. We ain't doing none of that. We going to work and putting money directly back into it, and raising kids and paying bills. So this shit is
hard work.
It's hard, and it can be hard on somebody at this age, because like I say, your lady might be looking at you like, "The fuck is you doing at this age, spending that kind of money?" You know what I'm saying? On some fucking rap. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
They're looking at you like you crazy as fuck. Like, you going where to the studio? How much is the studio? What? They wouldn't believe. I mean, sometimes it's crazy. People don't believe how much money. Like, if you want to invest in a lot of people always get at me. "Oh man, take me to the studio. Put me in the studio." And put yourself in the studio. What do you mean?
For real.
Put yourself in the studio. You sitting over there with the $600 J's and the $2,000 Yeezys. Put yourself in the studio.
And this has been the truth. This has been the truth moment by Mr. Big Mack. God. But all these cats, they got the new computer and they doing the studio in the bathrooms and the closet. But to get that real sound, you have to learn through a studio.
I was thinking a couple motherfuckers was gonna do some PPE albums. You know what I'm saying? When they was getting that, when they was getting that money, man. Ain't no PPE albums coming out. I mean, you niggas did for real? No, EDD albums coming out? Oh my God! I mean, if you believe in yourself, if you doing all that, shit.
No,
I don't see them dropping though. I was waiting for some EDD albums and some PPE albums, but I mean, if I was doing that shit, you'd have seen me come with everything, video.
The only album that I saw come from it was a dude in Vegas, and this fool.
Hold on itself.
Yes. What the fuck?
You can't tell on yourself, though. Make it look like shit.
Some of these motherfuckers is straight up retarded. Like, I can't. When I found out that was the video and he had all the cars, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Next day, they were at his door. Come on out here, bro. Come on.
Did he go to jail? I don't know if he went to jail.
Yeah.
I think he did. And sitting up in there with more views than somebody that didn't really work for their shit and all that. And that's the thing about rap. That's another thing about this music shit. You could be, I could be over here writing real nice songs, real deep ones that are, but then somebody would come out with a fucking joke song talking about my I don't want to even use that example because he really killing it right now. I'm gonna use it as an example. It's the side piece song. My side piece, whatever it is, right? It's some dude, right? I thought it was a joke, right? I started looking at his views. This nigga up in the millions and shit. And then I looked at something else. This nigga on tour with some other OGs, and they all got songs like that. And they eat.
It's a weird game now, man. It's not as simple as it was.
Who am I to say that who am I to say, fuck it, I like side piece now. Fuck it.
Hey, man, if it's getting them views and getting them YouTube checks out, why not?
That's another thing. This is all something. This is all lock keys. You gotta unlock it and shit and figure out how to do it. Because when they came out with the algorithms and all that, like, well, come on, man, cut it out, man. You telling me I got 20,000 followers or whatever, and you telling me only 2,000 or 3,000 of them gonna get my rotation going or whatever, and then I kind of like don't even worry about it. I just let everything happen organic. And
the best way to do it.
400 feel me. I ain't tripping.
Okay, so now that we can talk about today, and we done got these albums coming out, we got the Daughters, who's going to probably be the hottest in the game, coming from their roots. Like, what's going to happen now in the future once you drop all these albums and we get off restriction completely? Because it seems like we finna get back on restriction. What's the game plan for the future?
Well, when I drop these albums, when these projects are finished and visuals and all that is dropped, I plan on starting to DJ again. I'm about to go back to DJing, man. I'm not about to be working at somebody's job for the rest of my life and stuff like that. So I'm about to start DJing again. I also started doing a little comedy. I did a few open mics, went to Tommy T's a couple times, did okay. I went off my skit, so I didn't run out of time. I went over the time, but since the guy liked me, he let me go, or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna get into this comedy thing. So that's another thing that I'm trying to sharpen my skills on. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be as fluid as when I get on stage and I rap. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole different animal. It's a whole different
It really
beast.
is.
But it's similar in the way as if you got your material. If you got your material and you got chops and you study these styles of different, find out who you are as a comedian. That's what I'm trying to do, right? To find out who I am. Am I a physical comedian? Am I, do I make stupid faces? Do I fall down? No, I know I'm not a faller downer, but you know what I'm saying? You just got to find out who you are. So that's what I'm doing right now. I go watch comedians a whole lot and just check them out. Because let me tell you something else. When I was coming up rapping, there was a whole lot of motherfuckers that was around us that wasn't rapping, right? They wasn't rapping. They was around us, right? And then, 10 years after I done came out with an album, now they rap. Now they sat back and looked at the game and did the right wiggles, the right business moves to put themselves in a bigger and better position than a lot of us that really are rappers. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to do, is just check the game out, find out who I am as a comedian, and then take it there.
Yeah, we got a lot of comedians down here in Sac, and I just went to a show out at Laughs Unlimited in Old Sac. We had Rico, we had Michael Calvin, we had a lot of. We even had Miss Cookie from the Bay. She came down and did a little Miss Cookie. I think it's Miss Cookie Williams, if I'm correct. She's a little comedian out there, and she's hella funny.
Okay.
Hella funny. You might want to check her out. She hella funny.
Check her out, yeah. Cookie Williams.
Yeah. But, it is what it is. So, we got all this music. We want to do comedy. You're going to be able to do your own little show. Like, you're going to be able to introduce yourself in to do a performance while you're DJing, and then you're going to bring in the comic to shut it down. It's going to be crazy.
We're going to see it. Now, I just want to do the comedy thing by itself. I want to do the whole... get up there, do the stand-up thing, do skits, I really want to transition into that and then just use the music as something that draws you over to the comedy. Now,
you don't choose the easiest things to do. You haven't chosen the easy way at any of this, because comedy is a hard business.
It is. And they say you gonna fuck up. You gonna bomb. That's what they say. You gonna bomb, right? You're gonna do it. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm ready for it. I ain't scared. I got my lyrics before on stage. Well, not a lot. One time, Juneteenth, in front of the whole Fillmore in San Francisco, I forgot my lyrics. And I turned around and looked at DJ TC, and he looked at me like I don't know him. So, so that happened that one time. Since then, never again. So, yeah, they say you gonna bomb. I'm ready to go ahead.
Now,
see what I got.
What's your connection with DJ Prince?
Prince Ice?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a whole nother part of the movie. So, okay, Prince Ice and King Tech.
I was going to ask about King Tech next, but go ahead.
Rod and Rich. So my mom, when she divorced my dad stayed living in Hunters Point. My mom moved to Park Merced. It's another little area in San Francisco near Lakeview, near San Francisco State, right? So that's where King Tech and Prince Ice was living, or what have you. Not King Tech, but Prince Ice. Rod is his cousin. King Tech is his cousin. So that's where Rich lived. And Rich was Prince. I keep calling him Rich. I'm sorry. Prince Ice used to be at the hoop courts hooping. He was older. He's like my big homie. So he's about 2-3 years older than us. So he'd be at the hoop courts. We'd be hooping. Then something happened where he told me he was the DJ at Lincoln High School, like for a lunchtime DJ radio station. I'm like, oh, you play music? And then next thing you know, I'm at his house, and he had 1200s, Technique 1200s. Told you I had the realistic and the one turntable with no. Yeah, he had some 12s over there in the Newmark, right? So I said, oh yeah, I got to get to this nigga house every day after school. I got to go over there.
Yeah, man.
I got to go over there, and he know all the tricks. It's time. We playing around with with records and shit like that. So it ended up being like a love for music type thing, and he just embraced us and took us in, and we go to this area in Park Merced, and we pull our linoleum out and break dance and strut and all that. Prince Ice was right there with us, Tech, everybody. I mean, it was a trip. It was a trip. It was real. So that's how I got.
Those were good ass days.
That's my family, man. I knew his mom, dad.
So you kind of like, you damn near one of the pioneers.
Every day, either we was breakdancing or we was mixing, messing DJing or playing hoops.
So you kind of was the pioneer to this West Coast hip hop shit.
King Tech and Prince Ice. I had a party in the 8th grade, a house party. All the kids from my school came. Well, my class came, and Prince Ice and King Tech DJ my party on that realistic mixer with one turntable with pitch and the other one straight arm, tone arm, and those kids had no idea who they had there DJing right there. And still probably to this day, probably seen Tech on TV and or all this shit and Rich for that matter. Didn't know that when we was in the 8th grade, them dudes was the ones DJing the party right there.
Wow, so you definitely a pioneer of this West Coast hip hop shit there.
Absolutely.
So with that being bestowed upon you, how do you feel now? I mean, what is your role now in this music? Like, do you pull these young cats to the side and give them the wisdom, or what's your role now in this game?
It's a trip. That is something I question a lot of times, because sometimes I get asked to be on songs, and then when I do, I know they don't want me to be in the lane that I'm in right now. So when I ask them, give me the beat or whatever, what we talking about, it's usually about some shit that I used to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, right. But I'm good with that. I got that all taken care of. I can do that too right now, because, like I said, I'm not that far removed from it. I was doing it. It was me. It was, it was really me. So I can do that too. I just don't choose to for my projects or whatever. But we're gonna kill a hoe and all that when it comes to somebody else shit or whatever. If that's what they want, kill a hoe.
Write that check. We got you.
Yeah,
exactly. Not bad. Okay, so
that Cash App or that Venmo or that PayPal.
Cash App, Venmo.
I don't even have to go to the studio no more. If people want songs and stuff, I not to their studio. They can just send me the song, and then I go take care of it and then send it right back. A lot of times I don't even be meeting people no more.
But see, that's what the wonderful thing is about this internet. That's what I treasure from this new technology shit. It's a cheat code. Everybody want to sit up and think because you can send out some images and shit like that, like you doing it. That's not doing it. Not in my book.
Not in our opinion, but for them, that's authentic to them.
Yeah.
Just like the first time I saw my daughter pull out her phone and she had wrote her rap on the phone. I said, "What the fuck is that? How you gonna follow that? How you gonna even? What that mean? How you do that? You sat there on your phone and typed out a rap, and it was dope. She spit that shit, and I was like, I don't even know how to do that. To this day, my pen got to work. I can't do it on the phone. I just can't do it.
I done seen a lot of cats switch from the notebook to the phone. So you might have to catch up there, Mr. Big Mac.
Nah, I can't. I ain't be looking at it, reading it like that. I can't do it. I can't. That's a whole lot. Like I said, I got old now. I can't see. Look at these motherfuckers is progressives, man. Cut it out, man. They Gucci, but they progressives.
Oh, you killing me.
You have me up here sitting there looking like an old ass nigga talking about, hold on, bring it back. Bring it back.
Okay, so when can we expect this new music? What's some dates on this new music?
Well, the real one is out right now. Four Below, real one, that's out right now. G Template, Big Mac, King Riggs. What is it, July? We're trying to push that thing for at least by September, October. So really October. Let me say October.
Okay.
Around October, the G Template will be out. We'll have a single and a video out soon. We got, well, like I said, we got about 4 videos already, but we want to do another video with this. We got an artist named Martin Luther. I don't know if you heard of Martin Luther. He's a singer out of the Bay Area, like a neo soul singer. We got Martin Luther on the song, and we're gonna start off with that one called "Peel Off." And, so that's the one we're working on right now.
Well,
that should be September, October with the G Template. The Soul Stone should be right after that, and Max Julian is gonna be at the same time as the Soul Stone. So it's gonna be a whole lot of stuff in conjunction.
Well, I do have a radio station, and I do need that those world premieres. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I need to get. Yeah, not only that, I need to send you the song I got. I got one with Keek that's gonna be the first single for my album, for the Soul Stone album, and it's not on a beat that Keek would usually rap on or what have you. And he did what I wanted him to do. You know what I'm saying? He went ahead and trusted my vibe. So
okay.
That's gonna be a nice something too. People when they hear him rapping to that beat, it's gonna be real nice though.
Yeah, because you can normally pick a beat and know that's a Keek beat right away.
Yeah, right. You can, know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Know what I'm saying though?
Go. Yeah.
Yeah, but on our song, he sounded like, because I got him when he first came home a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And we're going to go ahead and try to get a visual. Not try, we're going to go ahead and do a visual for that. But it's just kind of tricky because he's in a chair. So we're going to figure out, make that happen. But that stuff is coming right now. Not later, but right now. Because it's all done. It's all done.
I will be getting you the email because I need that in MP3 format. I need that fast.
No, off top. We might be doing a video out there. You and Sam, we might be out there.
I just need to know the date y'all coming so I can. I'm not going to be able to come in today.
All time.
I need to be there.
So out there, have you talked to, or do you ever hear from Scanless?
I remember Scanless, and I haven't reached out. I don't even know how long ago.
Okay, Scanless and is Big Hollis passed away, huh? No, Big Hollis didn't pass away.
Big Hollis is still here.
Yeah, Big Hollis still here. The other the one that was
Ski.
Murder. Nah, Kugna used to talk about him. I forgot right now. He passed away. That's who it was. That was the other one. But yeah, Big Hollis still around. Them was my guys out there in Sac.
Okay.
That's what we used to fuck with. Black Market. We used to go up there and fuck with Black Market.
I did some promotional work with Black Market with Takin and Lynch and Triple Beam.
Yep.
Did all that.
They showed us love, man.
But my start was AWOL.
Back then in the 90s, it was a trip. We had separate turfs and all that, like Fillmore, Hunters Point, Lakeview, all that. But it wasn't so too many of us. So we all had to show each other love. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're all somewhere in Portland, then we gotta be together, like, cause you know what I'm saying? We outnumbered out here.
Right.
So it was a trip back then. To whereas now everybody, they don't know about networking. They don't understand the whole game, and I don't know. I call them studio gangsters until they get punched in the mouth and they figure out they got to have a plan. But
there's another reality fact from Mr. Big Mack.
Yeah, I mean, to me, if you're doing music, man, just do music. You ain't got to. You go be hard as you want on your song. Be hard as you want on your song. But that don't mean when you start addressing people and all that. See, because now you writing checks. Writing all these checks and shit, your account might not be up to par.
Right.
Ask that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, brother, I know you're busy, and I thank you for taking the time.
I'm at work.
If anybody wants,
I'm at work. I hit the cuts at work. I'm in the conference room at work.
Okay, say that then. That's what it is. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, get you on the album or do some production work, let the people know how they can get a hold of you, please.
Get at me right here at SF Big Mac on Instagram. DM me. Same thing, SF Big Mac on Facebook too. Same thing.
Okay, well,
let me give a few shouts out real quick.
Please do.
I see my boy TC, DJ TC in the building. I see my boy King Reeves. I can't read that fast, so I'm gonna leave it at there. Jeff, Jules Jones, I see you, boy. But So Vicious, I see I can't read that fast. You know, I told you I can't see, so that's all I'm gonna do. And I ain't never did nothing like that, but I seen my folks' names down here, so I just wanted to throw them a quick shout out.
Okay, so I got
And Jeff. Let me thank Jeff too. That's my boy since kindergarten. I ain't gonna tell him how old he is, but now that's my boy.
There it is.
And people would never, they never would get that because you know Jeff and all that. Jeff is got the monotone. And he's yeah. That's my boy. That's my nigga, man. Cut it out. That's one of the coolest motherfuckers on the planet right there.
You know, I've been trying to get Jeff to come sit down with me, but he refuses to get out here and do this.
Yeah?
Oh,
Why?
he is definitely a behind the scenes character.
Yeah, he is. That's his lane. He gonna stay in his lane.
Yeah,
he gonna stay in his lane.
Well, I thank you, bruh. I will be sending you my email because I need your music, man. The world needs to hear greatness, and I'm trying to bring nothing but greatness here through Hype Dash Radio.
For sure, right on, man. I appreciate you.
But I thank you, thank you. But
right on,
we're gonna shout out. This is another Taking It Back Tuesdays. I'm your man Shadow. We were chopping it with Mr. Big Mack from Bayview Hunters Point, doing big things. Appreciate you, and we gonna holler at you, sir. You be safe out there.
Appreciate you. I'm gone 100.